Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Chris Ramirez here with my buddy Jack Callahan. We are at the Hammond Civic Center, this beautiful old building here on Soul Street in Hammond, built in the 1930s, courtesy of the Works Progress Administration. And Jack, we've got some boxing coming up. 911, the Slugfest 911 is back, first time in 5 years. Tell us a little about that.
911 Slugfest, it's a charity boxing event for Make-A-Wish for childhood cancer. That's the Nick Foundation, Northwest Indiana Cancer for Kids. So we have the police officers and the firefighters from everywhere from Portage, Valpo, Hammond, got a few from Illinois, but it's we're going to have 13 fights, and it should be a very good card, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too. It's a great event. It's been going on for a number of years here. First time back after the COVID, as you mentioned. But one of my favorite things about it, aside from the fact that it's a great fundraiser, is where it's held. It's right here in this historic, beautiful, incredible old building where many of us from Northwest Indiana, if you grew up in this area at all, you probably came to the Civic Center at least one time for something memorable. Whether you were a little kid coming to the circus, whether you were a little bit older kid coming to a rock concert here, or a sectional basketball game, wrestling matches, roller derby, and think about all the great boxing that's taken place here over the years. And maybe the greatest night of all in Hammond Civic Center history was the night of the Landini and Carlos Tite fight right here. Over 5,000 people were jammed in this little building here with another 1,500 or so that couldn't get in. Just one of the many great nights in this building, and I know you've experienced many as well. Share a couple of your memories of this building with the audience.
Well, my number one is the Tite Landini fight. I was actually timekeeper for that fight before I started fighting, and what a great fight that was. And the people were crazy. It was one of the best, probably the best time I've been in here, my best time. But like you say, I fought in here too. Didn't have a crowd like Carlos, but I fought in here also. And actually I refereed a fight in here on ESPN, actually two of them, but we had a lot of fighters here. Manfredi, myself, Carlos Tite, opened it up with his probably 5 or 6 ESPN fights he had here. So it is a great venue, and I look forward to being here on the 29th.
I remember the Carlos Tite Vampire Johnson fight, which was an ESPN fight, and they both came out of there. I think Vampire was first, all dressed up in his getup, and then Carlos, the Force Tite, came sweeping out after that, and the crowd in here was just going crazy. It was unbelievable. And you know what? There's a good chance, Jack, that some of our audience was at that very event that night, or the Tite Land. The thing about Tite Landini, everybody claims to have been there.
Yeah, right.
But we know everybody wasn't there because only 5,000 people got in. We even know a lot of people with tickets that weren't allowed in. That's how crazy it was that night.
Yep.
I was fortunate enough to be sitting way up there in the corner, and that's what I claim. I wish I had the tickets to prove it, but nonetheless, this building has so many great memories for so many people in Northwest Indiana. Again, whether it's the sporting events that we talked about, or how about the rock concerts? If the walls could talk in this place here, Styx and Rush and all those great '70s bands that came here. I remember coming to see Judas Priest over here in 1980, and the lead singer for Judas Priest comes riding out on a Harley Davidson onto the stage, and of course the crowd goes crazy. And they had so many cool local Battle of the Bands and things like that here over the years. So if you grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 90s, you probably came to the Civic Center for something and you have a good memory. Well, we're asking you to come on back to the Civic Center at least one more time, and that's going to be at the end of this month, Saturday, April 29th. Jack, what time do the doors open up here?
Doors open up at 5:30.
5:30. And what's going on? Let's remind the audience here. It's Slugfest 911, police and fire getting in the ring right here, center stage, to battle it out with charitable funds on the line.
To me, it's the best event now that we've had in a long time. When I first started throwing it, my wife and I didn't think it would be as big as it was, but it just grew every year. And now with it being shut down, I think it's going to be even bigger.
upstairs at the Civic Center. These seats are available, $15 a piece. You can come in, you can have a great seat, and really, the upstairs at the Civic Center, in my opinion, is a better view than actually being on the floor for certain things. So if you're upstairs and you're looking down at the ring, you're going to have a perfect view of the event that night. So don't think, I didn't get on the floor, I'm not going. The seats upstairs are fantastic. Both concessions going to be open, Jack? Is that the way it is? So both concessions will be open and upstairs as well. So there's adult beverages. I'm not much of a craft beer guy. I'm going to stick with the traditional stuff, but that's all available. You can come out and make a night of it. Get a buddy, get a couple of buddies together. Come on out to the Civic Center. When was the last time you were here? Really think about it. It's probably been a while. And I know you're thinking about it right now. You're going, yeah, the Civic Center. Wow, that is a great, I'd love to go. Do it, okay? Do it. It's for charity. It's fun. It's cool. You're going to do a good thing. You're going to make a donation. You're going to come out and have a lot of fun. Whether you want to bring the kids out, whether you want to come with your buddies, the guys from work, whatever it is, this building will be hosting a very cool event, and you've got an opportunity to come out and be a part of it on some level. So, Jack, anything else you want to share with the viewing audience here?
This is the best, I think, the best place to have any kind of event, because it's beautiful in here. Look at it. I mean, I've been here for, like you say, I've been here when I was a kid. I've been here for the concerts. Been here with sectionals. We're great here, and boxing. So this is the best venue you could ever be in right here.
Most of the venues like this, most of the buildings like this in Northwest Indiana are gone now. We don't have them anymore. Yep. Well, the Civic Center, built in 1938, is still standing, and it's in great shape. There's a crew here right now, several people making this place look fantastic, getting it ready. And it looks absolutely great. It's shining in here, Jack. It's unbelievable what it's like in here when it's empty. Can you imagine it when it's full?
I can.
Yeah.
And I hope it's
You've seen it when it's full, absolutely. So, again, thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll have more coming up from the Hammond Boxing Club to tell you about with this great event. But, again, we're here right now to tell you it's going to be at the Hammond Civic Center, and we want you to come join us. These seats upstairs, just $15 a piece, and they are on sale. You can get them at the Civic Center that night, or you can get them online ahead of time, $15. Go to eventbrite.com and simply search Slugfest 911. It'll pop up, and you can take care of it all right there online. And again, all the proceeds from that night are going to go to charity, two charities. Make-A-Wish of Northwest Indiana, correct? That money is staying local, as is the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation, which is known as NIC. And whatever money they receive, all of that stays local. So both organizations benefiting are local. So a great thing you're doing here, Jack. Congratulations on bringing it back. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much.
And again, come on out, help this great event out by buying a ticket. If you're not sure you can make it, it's a $15 donation if you don't end up coming. So don't be shy about buying a ticket online, and if you can't make it, you can't make it. You're still doing a good thing. So once again, Civic Center, April 29th, Saturday night, 5:30 p.m. The doors will open up, and it's Slugfest 911. We hope to see you here. For Jack Callahan, I'm Chris Ramirez on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Region Sports Network, the only game in town.